Hello and happy gaming, everyone. I'm still trying to work out a different opening, but forgive me. I'm working on it. But today marks the first theme run for the new poll, and coming as absolutely no surprise to me, not gonna lie, we have the Incredible Hulk pulling it out. Now, if I may be let me save that until we're actually in the middle of the run. So, again, I want to thank everyone for going and voting in the poll. It gives me a lot of joy to know that there are people still willing to do it, and it gives me a pretty good idea of the mindset of my viewers. So, let's quick go over the run. So it should come as no surprise that with Hulk, I want more damage, because that's pretty much what Hulk does. You don't get super strength without focusing on that. Earth Knuckles, because it's again pretty much the highest damage basic. Spike Track, because tearing up the earth as you run. Fueled Berserk, because burning rage and power. And Seismic Entry, because jumping and smashing. And this is as cut and dry a run as I've ever done. Then Cartographer's Quill, because we're going to be using that to simulate Hulk's growing rage. Which that is how the Hulk becomes powerful, is just with endless anger. Because that is basically Hulk's lifeblood. He is Captain Anger. As a matter of fact, I believe one of the original tenets and kind of how Hulk gets his strength. Oh, well, hello, Jade Jewel Tiara. I mean, yeah, it's broken, but I kind of want it. But I will wait. Instead of going just quick knee-jerk reaction on it, let's wait and see what sorts of arcana we can find. Also, my stomach is giving me problems. My goodness. Like, to the point where I might have to stop in the middle of the run just to make myself feel better. Which I apologize anytime I have to do that, but understand good health is important, be it just general health or in this case, just good rectal health. And tell me if this sounds familiar to you, but if you don't have good rectal health, you've got dog shit. Ugh. I actually do not want to take Bewitching Blue. And it's not because I think it would be a bad idea, far from it. It's just I do actually rather rely on the knockback for things like easy kills near pits. And my playstyle is very much reliant on understanding how the knockback of certain attacks work and reacting to it accordingly. There we go. Nice Hulk smash. There we go. Man, oh hey, it's this room. Okay, I would like to know why my controller thought I was just constantly jumping at the wall. I swear I was actually trying to jump down, but no. No controller said otherwise. D-pad seems a little bit more unreliable than usual right now. That's saying something, considering that it was already kind of unreliable. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Alright, so we can already see that there's a little bit of trouble brewing in the idea that I'm kind of having a hard time nailing things down appropriately. There we go. Alright, and over here, definitely upgrade Spike Track. Unfortunately, there's nothing else there that I really want. Oh, my stomach. Yeah, I need to go relieve myself real quick. I will be right back. I apologize to everyone. Just unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done about this. Hopefully the birds are willing to serenade you with the dulcet sounds of their chirping. Guys, keep the audience company. I'll be right back. Guys, did you keep them company? Did you talk to did you talk to my viewers? Oh my god, they nailed it. Okay. Again, I apologize to everyone. Oh my goodness. Like, I wouldn't complain so much, but wow. Action controller, could we maybe not screw me over right now? Puny god. So now's the part where I talk a little bit more about how the sausage is made, you know, hypothetically speaking, of course. Alright, so we're gonna go with that, and we're gonna go with that. I do want to make sure I finish filling out the map for that sweet, sweet damage percentage on the Cartographer's Quill. Because, I mean, how else is Hulk gonna get angrier? There we go. Now, the closest portal is up here. Alright, so generally when I design the theme run pools and come up with the idea of who's going to be battling who, first of all, it's usually not like a direct fight scenario. I'm not thinking, you know, like, this isn't death battle. I'm not... I'm not actually trying to determine who would win in an actual fight. Besides, in some of these cases, it would be ridiculously easy to determine the outcome of a fight like that between Ayla and the Hulk. I mean, Ayla is a very, very strong competitor, but one of Hulk's superpowers is that hitting him doesn't really damage him as much so as it does just make him angrier. So, yeah, anyone fighting on just a human capacity could never beat the Hulk. It would actually take something just ridiculous to beat the Hulk, because remember, the Hulk is Bruce Banner enhanced with gamma radiation. And of course, the Hulk is a manifestation of his rage. Very much what we have going on is as a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde scenario. Hello, Vessa. How are you? But I think Berserker's Axe is actually the... And, even with that, what I really want is the Equester Cap, but let's wait and see what Arcana show up, because I still want to upgrade both Fueled Berserk and the Rocky Punchy Fists. There we go. Alright. But that having been said, with this not necessarily being a death battle scenario, I'd like to point out that oftentimes when I'm designing these theme runs, there often is a bias on my end. I will be perfectly frank with that. And yeah, in some cases it does make me look like a bit of a hipster, as more often than not, what I will do is I will put up an option that's typically rather popular, and then the other option will be an option that I personally find to be a bit more interesting. Now, there are times in which I went against that, like in the case of Bowser versus Ganondorf. That one, first of all, that was a death battle scenario, so... Why didn't you reverse course? I swear, my controller's got a mind of its own. I'm not gonna turn down the ancient fountain pen, are you kidding? Oh, something's up with my leg. Alright, so now let's go back and grab the Berserker's Axe. And the reason why I'm not jumping all over the idea of adopting a Vessa here is because Zeal's Floor is next. So I'm kind of holding myself back a little bit. In the meantime, a little bit of extra movement speed isn't going to hurt anyone. Plus, let's be fair, Hulk himself can move pretty quick. It's all that extra muscle mass. As for why I went with a nearly all-Earth Arcana setup, it's because, let's be fair, Hulk is a very primal character, and a lot of the Arcana that are the most primal in their nature, so to speak, are the Earth-based ones. They're very much the Arcana that pretty much exude power the most. Yeah, Hulk doesn't do Kamehameha. So, for the most part, everything was predicated on the idea of, yeah, Hulk is pretty much just going into this with the idea of smashing in mind. And for the most part, when I'm looking at other Arcana to pick up from the shops, I am still more or less just looking at the Earth-based ones. That doesn't mean that there aren't other options that I will accept, but those are the options that are, for the most part, the ones that make the most sense for a just primal, power-based character. With the exception of, like, Fueled Berserk, of course, because that's very much playing off of the Infinite Rage thing. Which I'm starting to feel for this run a little bit, not gonna lie. Okay, so I actually am going to take Shock Nova. The reason, and I also can't justify Cascading Blitz because Hulk isn't summoning water. I mean, yeah, I could just take it as a series of powerful blows. I guess in that respect it works. I don't know. But the reason why I'm willing to take Shock Nova is due to one of the Hulk's signature moves, which is called the Thunderclap. Which, I mean, that is exactly what it sounds like. It's a super-powered clap that just sends a shockwave forward. It's as simple as it sounds. And yet it is very devastating. I also wouldn't mind Sleepy Thunderstone. But I can... If I disregard the idea that Cascading Blitz is summoning water, then I could justify that because that's basically the Hulk jumping on someone's chest and just pounding them. Same with Blazing Blitz, honestly. Although Blazing Blitz has... The way Blazing Blitz works doesn't agree with me, so I typically don't care much for Blazing Blitz. Alright, anyway, I got sidetracked again, so let me now... Take Royal Flush. 8% damage boost, I'm not upset about that. Especially since I got it for free. Nice. You know, funny enough, Mock Stunner still works on a very similar principle. You can just shout at people, and the sound wave will just be like, "Oh my God, what in the world was that?" Plus, Cascading Blitz does another very Hulk-like thing, where it allows me to just tank things. Yeah, I think that makes more sense than Shock Nova, actually. I'm just going with it. We're now in the realm of who the hell cares. Alright, yeah, I admit I'm not doing very well right now. A lot of that is just that, again, I'm not exactly the guy you want to go to for melee runs. Secondly, and probably more importantly, is that I am running into a fair share of enemies that do a pretty decent job at countering this particular strategy. But that's part of the reason why I picked up the Royal Jellies, because I knew I was going to be having troubles, so I thought one of the best ways to counter that would be with a means by which to make sure that I had decent healing on me at all times. Alright, and I got sidetracked again. God, I'm really good at that. Alright, so when I'm choosing... the contestants for the theme runs, there will typically be one relatively popular choice, and then one kind of different choice. And, you know, sometimes the popular choice wins, sometimes my more hipstery choice wins. And I'm not afraid to say that that's kind of what it is. It's me essentially going, yeah, this character's way cooler than the other one. Sometimes that's what's going on. There's the Fueled Berserk upgrade, very nice. Like, in the case of Justice versus Johnny Cage, Johnny Cage was the choice that I felt was kind of the more popular one because, you know, people know Mortal Kombat, and they would look at Johnny Cage and go, oh, hey, I know that character. But then Justice was the choice that I put up because I figured that would be the kind of more curious option, the one that people would go, I kind of want to know more about this character. So, again, just showing off a little bit of how the sausage is made, that's kind of, well, what do you know? Somehow or another, that always manages to show up. But you know what? Take it second, because I need to make sure I have enough health to get through the rest of the floor. That's right, birds. Oh, and there's the glue again. Always with that damn glue. At this point, I think it would be a bad idea because I'm actively trying to use Cascading Blitz to work with the knockback. Now, where's the last 1% of the map? It's up there. So, with that in mind, what I was thinking was, yeah, I know everyone's gonna know the Hulk because everyone loves the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, I kind of don't anymore. If I may reveal a little bit of my mindset on that, I kind of feel like Captain Marvel was that for me. And some of you may feel much differently than I do about that. I expect that. Alright, we've now got a very colorful Hulk. He ain't just green anymore. But this time around, and when I chose Ayla, I mean, part of it was still me just going, yeah, that's my kind of hipstery decision. In other words, the one that I kind of felt that I may be honest, I kind of like that option a little bit better. But the option is not up to me. It's up to my audience. So I kind of had a feeling that Hulk would for sure win, but I was kind of hoping that there would be at least one or two people that would be like, "Oh, I'm curious about how this character would actually stack up." But no, not this time. It was a complete clean sweep for the Hulk, and not gonna lie, that makes me feel just a little upset. Not with you guys, of course. It's a little upsetting that a character that I love from one of my favorite games of all time is basically just kind of being snubbed. And make no mistake, Chrono Trigger is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. Oh my god, I hate those stupid buzzsaw guys. So, really nothing here that's, lighting my world on fire. I might take the Lotus Frost Stone, but we'll just kind of see. There we go. Nice smart use of the Mach Stunner there. If I do say so myself. Okay, well it's a little late for you. I might take the sword. Might. Because one, I could use more power. And two, there was nothing in Andershot that I really want. Okay, why do the enemies all seem to have infinite health? Am I just an idiot? Okay, this is the second time now that I've gone to use Mach Stunner, and the game just immediately hit me as soon as I hit the left bumper. So it's leading me to think that maybe I should rename the left bumper to immediately destroy self. There, 20% damage boost. That is no small amount. Unfortunately, you're broken. But somehow or another, I think this will all work out. There we go. I do think I like how this has worked out better than taking Thunder Nova. I guess it's called Shock Nova, but you get the idea. So, whereas, yeah, Hulk is clearly the more popular character, I would be lying if I said I didn't like the idea of Ayla more, because I think she's a more interesting, nuanced character with a little bit more going for her than just smashing really hard. And I will be getting into that when I do her theme run, but yeah, like I said, just being honest, showing a little bit about how the sausage is made. You know, hopefully that doesn't upset you. Like I said, I know Hulk is the more popular character by far. So, I mean, I kind of had an inkling that Hulk was going to win this one pretty easily, but I was still hoping for a couple of curiosity votes on Ayla, but no, not at all. It's funny, because she's the character I very clearly like more, and I have way more to say about her at that. It's not that I don't like Incredible Hulk. I'm fine with the Incredible Hulk. I think there are, better super strength characters out there. But I have no problem with Hulk. If I did, I wouldn't have put him up as a choice. You guys can eat my ass. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. It might also be a bit broken, but hey, it's going to make me regenerate health every time I pick up a Chaos Gem, and that is A-okay by me. Alright. The power is real, folks, I'm telling you. Anything here? Nothing interesting. I guess I could take Burn Cycle. Oh, Knockout Boulder is the other one that I was thinking, because Hulk doesn't have many ranged options. But throwing boulders, that's something Hulk can do. I'll have plenty of time to pick up more money. Oh, darn it. Oh, hi. How are you? Kinda don't really have anything I want to sell you at the moment. Oh, maybe that. Admittedly, it was a freebie. But like I said, I sort of lost interest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was never much of a comic collector, so it all just sort of... Damn it. God, I suck. It all just sort of feels kind of passé to me. Like, I don't have strong feelings one way or another about really any of the Marvel characters. And when it comes right down to it, some of the Marvel characters that I know about them mostly because of like the Marvel vs. Capcom series. And it's a shame when the greatest exposure you have to like some of the biggest, to some of the most well-known and biggest names in the comic scene are actually because of a video game. I mean, yeah, without that, I would know nothing about Skrull, or for that matter, or Skrulls, I should say, or for that matter, Super Skrull. And without the Marvel vs. Capcom series, I guess I didn't even know that there was such a thing as X-23, but apparently that's been a thing for a while. There we go. Plenty of excess cash. Give me that. So even though I took that to have a ranged option, the fact of the matter is I think I'll get more out of doing this boss fight with the Cascading Blitz. Of course, it would have actually done me quite a bit of good there. And call that a bad idea all you want, but the fight's nearly over. And there we go. They didn't even get to their ultimate. Don't really want... I just don't think that's a Hulk move. Yeah, I didn't even know that X-23 was a thing, you know, female Wolverine. Why would I have... Or teenage female Wolverine. Why? That is not a thing that I thought even existed. My first exposure to Doctor Strange was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and not the comics. I mean, I had heard the term the Sorcerer Supreme before, but knew nothing about what it actually meant. So yeah, to say that my exposure to Marvel is limited is an understatement. doing that more or less just because. I don't have a good reason for it, it's just because. I probably would have gotten more out of picking up the analytical monocle, but the hell with it. There we go. So I see why people like the Fueled Berserk combo, I really do. It's just, more often than not, I'm not thinking about Fueled Berserk. And that's more so because I far prefer prefer other spells to just spamming my basic, but I would be lying if I said that this wasn't effective. There we go. Not to mention, that was a really fast kill, so totally down for that. So, sorry I couldn't really share more information with you guys about the Hulk, but hey, I know about as much about the Hulk as, you know, most mainstream MCU viewers. I know he's Bruce Banner, I know he was transformed by gamma radiation, and it was kind of like the comic book take on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Or I should say, the curious case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Let me flex just a little bit of my knowledge on literature, and what little bit I have. But, yeah. I mean, I guess I know a little bit more than I'm letting on. I'm really just not that big of a fan of Marvel. Not to say that I hate them, but once they that's why it was doing so much damage. I forgot about the fountain. But yeah, once they kind of showed their hand with Captain Marvel, I was like, done. But that's all for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I think over the next couple of runs, I might actually do a couple of viewer requests. Because believe it or not, I do have a couple of them, and if you guys want to get a request in yourself, feel free to hop onto my Discord and do so. I actually have a tab for requesting builds, so feel free to use it there. I've done a couple off of there, and I will probably do another one. You might even see the return of a very fun face. So, again, I appreciate you guys for coming and spending your time with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you